It's good. I'm Danny Wolf. I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glock.
Hey, laugh right. I'm the reason why your nigga laugh right. He laugh right.
Today we got Danny Wolf off the porch with us today. How you doing, bro?
Doing good. What's up?
All right. You just recently dropped your debut album, Night of the Wolf, recently back in August. How you feeling about that?
I feel good. Like, Night of the Wolf was pretty crazy because I didn't really think people were gonna like fuck with it. I just wanted to put it out. Like, I never really think too much. I don't know. I don't really be thinking like the craziest shit. Like everybody's gonna fuck with me. Like, you know what I mean? I just be putting shit out and just, if I like it, I'll put it out. Like if it's hard to me, I'll just put it out. So I just put that shit out. I threw a release party in LA, and like people showed up. It was crazy because I just did it straight off of Instagram. It was just an Instagram album basically.
Mm.
Like I didn't have no major label. It was all independent, like still charted. Like even after we dropped it, we got so much crazy feedback that like now I just gotta really, you know, I guess get used to it. Cause I've just been so used to being behind the scenes that, you know, I didn't even think, I mean, even the people that I was fucking with to help me with the album, they didn't even think the songs were gonna get cleared. So it was like, you know, it was just like a faith. It was like a jump of faith, a leap of faith. And thankfully God was with us and it dropped.
That was How long did it take for you to work on it?
It took a long time to get those songs because, you know, when I got them, some of the artists on there weren't that big yet. So we were just working with them and I just saved them. And, you know, I knew I was gonna drop an album eventually. I was just going by my gut feeling, and, you know, I saved them probably for like 2-3 years. It was just patience, honestly. It was just, you know, a moment that I had where I was like, man, fuck it. I'm gonna just mix these songs. We're just gonna ask for clearance, and people clear them. So
That's what's going on.
hell yeah, it was dope.
Do you have a personal favorite song from the project?
My favorite song off the project would be, nah, I don't have one. They're all my little babies, all my beats on my songs. I don't really have a favorite.
That's what's up. So you were originally born in Mexico. What age did you and your family originally come to the United States?
Well, I came with my mom. Honestly, I was so little, I don't even remember. I think I was like 4 or 5, but I always fuck it up in interviews when I tell people my age. I was just young. I was like, I had to learn English. I remember that. Spanish was my first language. And I remember I went to kindergarten here. So yeah, like around kindergarten time. So yeah.
So you moved here like early age kindergarten. How long did it take you to learn English?
It didn't take me that long. It took me like 2-3 months to learn English.
Word.
It was pretty easy, yeah. I came to Riverdale, so I was always in after school with like hella minorities and shit. I didn't even know that I was an immigrant until I got older. Like I didn't know I was an illegal immigrant until I got older and I tried to get my license. And my mom was like, nah, you're not here legally. So Obama passed this shit that like helps out immigrants. So it didn't even click with me until I got older that I was like in a certain situation, I guess. But it didn't take that long to adapt.
That's what's up. Because I was going to ask, besides learning English, did you have any other tough transitions?
Nah, I mean, even though we were going through like the struggle and shit, and we were immigrants and my mom couldn't get her license and shit, I guess I was just so in the moment. Even like till this day, I'm always just focused on the now, that while it was happening, I never really knew that shit was going on.
Right.
I was just like, damn,
right.
This is lit. Like, we're here in this country. I don't speak English. Like I would ask for water from my teachers to go to the bathroom. Like they'd be like, what are you trying to say? I was saying it in Spanish, so I was like, damn, this is kind of weird, but it was cool, I guess.
Right. So your mother brought you guys over here to experience a better life, and like you said, you was experiencing, you know, had a good foundation and everything.
Yeah.
So what was your reaction when you found out that she was getting deported?
Well, she wasn't getting deported. She had to leave because she could have gotten deported, but she got a 10-year ban for bringing me here. So when I was a freshman in high school, she was just like, I gotta go to Mexico. Because Georgia passed this law where if you look like a Mexican, the SB 87 law. If you look like a Mexican, you can get pulled over and they can card you and say like, you look like a Mexican, where's your
Damn,
info?
I didn't even know that.
And so she didn't even want to risk that. So she just went ahead and dipped. And then I stayed with my brother like all of high school. And she was just like, let me file for my paperwork again. And then when she went to the offices, we're all thinking like mom's coming back. And then she just at the offices, they're like, you can't get a visa, you're banned for 10 years. So we were like, damn. So that was probably like 3-4 years ago for me. I was homeless and like in a closet at the time. So I took the risk going homeless because I thought my mom was coming back. So I was like, I'm gonna just go do this music shit. And in a couple months, she'll be back so I can be back with my mom.
Right.
And they were like, nah, she's banned. So I was like, fuck. It was we were all kind of sick, but I was just like, all right. I've never been the type to like complain and shit. So I was just like, all right, well, we gotta make this shit work. This music shit work.
So how often do you communicate with her now?
It's half and half because, you know, like, I guess you just grow. I don't know how to say it. It's like, I never had a dad, so I don't really, you know, it's like someone tells you like, do you miss your cat that you never had?
Yeah.
It's like, never had a fucking cat, like what are you talking about? But like, with my mom, I guess, I was just so focused on what I needed to do that we just kind of like, I guess I grew apart from her. And it's just, you know, it's a clash of both worlds because she really doesn't understand where I'm at right now or what we're doing. So it's like, and she doesn't speak English like that. So it's like, to her, she's a really religious Christian, like Mexican Christian. So to her, I'm like doing the devil's work.
Right, you ain't getting past nothing.
Yeah, so I'm just like, nah, it's not it, mom, but you know.
You yourself are a D.A.C.A recipient. Can you explain to the people what that means?
I'm a what?
D.A.C.A recipient.
Oh yeah, I'm a D.A.C.A recipient. It's basically like immigrants that came to America before they were 18. Obama passed a law that like allows you to work here and get your paperwork right, be able to get your license, be able to travel and shit like that. So I'm a D.A.C.A recipient, and I don't know, it's just, I've always liked a good challenge, you know? Like people always, they tell you can't do certain things and certain, like, I don't know, it's just different. It's just it's a program that allows you to work here, but you can't really, you're kind of limited a little bit, but you know, it's all good. We made it work.
And with our shithead president trying to take that program away, what do you feel like would do to like people that came here for working for a better living? Like what process will they go through? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what struggle do they feel because of this program that placed them in a good position, now all of a sudden being taken away from them?
Well, for starters, my relationship with God has always been the foundation of my entire career. So I feel like the first thing that God tells us, the first commandment God gives us is to not fear. So I'll never let that feeling of fear take over me, because it's just, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like life is just, it's just past what we see, what we can see physically. I feel like life is just way more than just that. So, you know, when a bad energy, it could be Trump, it could be whoever that comes into your life and they try to, you know, get, I don't know, I guess put something in front of you or put a wall in front of you or that's pretty funny, bro, put a wall, I don't know, just like an obstacle in front of you, we knock that shit out. You know, we always find a way around it. I never take no for an answer. So, you know, if we got to run it up, wherever we're at, we'll run it up. It's not.
And with the Department of Justice siding with shithead president, you know what I'm saying, agreeing to, you know what I'm saying, take away the D.A.C.A recipient, like, imagine if like you yourself were deported. Like, how do you think that would have affected your career?
I mean, it was supposed to happen, but I think it applies to certain people that have a criminal background and stuff like that. I think that the government, they know what they're doing, and they know that people like me and, you know, other D.A.C.A recipients, like, what's that YouTuber? His name's David Dobrik or something. He's like a really big YouTuber. He's a D.A.C.A too. There's a lot of people out there that bring a lot of things to the table and pay a lot of taxes. So it's like, You know, as long as you're bringing money to the table, like money talks. So,
Right.
you know, lock in, get to work, get a good lawyer,
Right.
keep moving. You know.
So do you remember when you first picked up a laptop and started making beats?
Yeah, before my mom left, that's the only thing I asked her for. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna see, but just leave me a laptop. Now I'll make the most out of it. So she like went to Best Buy. She bought my cousins a bunch of like video games and shit. Cause when you go from Atlanta to Mexico, you always gotta come back with gifts. So I helped her pick out gifts. And she was like, all right, what do you want? And I was just like, I just want this MacBook. So she saved a bunch of money and got us all everything. And then with that MacBook, I made like my first 6 figures.
How old were you at the time?
When she left?
Yeah.
I was about to be a sophomore in high school. So I don't know, I think I would say like 15, or like 15 or so. It was weird.
So what drew you into like the culture?
I don't know, I just like how it makes me feel. I just like making music that gives me a feeling of hope, and like, it's just like an escape room, you know, from everything that's going on, like immigration and my mom having to work double jobs and all this crazy shit. I would go and listen to like Waka and I don't know, my homies really put me on that shit. So they would just be like, you heard of Waka Flocka? And I was like, nah. They're like, just look it up when you get home. My bet. I looked that shit up.
Right.
I'm like, damn, that like, I don't even know if my life would apply to the shit he was talking about, but it was just that feeling of, you know, like we're gonna go hard, like, we're gonna go crazy.
Energy,
yeah, like that energy.
Yeah.
It just helped me break a lot of barriers in life. So I guess it'd be my way to give it back to the community. Like give them as many possible energies that I can myself.
Energy.
And then just like,
right.
I don't know. I never really thought it was gonna go up though. Like I just did it because I thought it was hard. I was just making some hard. I thought this shit was hard, so I was like, let me put it on SoundCloud. Like,
right.
And I guess people fuck with it.
Now we here.
Yeah.
So besides Waka, like what other artists like drew you in?
Gucci Mane, Dolph. I fuck with Dolph. I actually shot like, what's crazy is when my mom left. As soon as I didn't even graduate high school, honestly. I told my teacher I didn't want to do this shit. Like, my teacher was like, you gotta go take PSATs or whatever. I was like, nah, I'm gonna be a producer. And he just looked at me like, what the fuck? So I was like, fuck college. I never even signed up for that shit. I just always knew like there's no plan B. Like,
Word.
I don't give a fuck what my brother, my family says. So
how did your brothers and the rest of your family take it when you said, yo, I'm gonna make music now, I'm gonna be producing?
They didn't like it. But I mean, I've always been the type that like, I really don't give a fuck what people say. Like if they think it's weird at the moment, like I know this shit's gonna be fire enough that they're gonna change their mind. And I always be kind of, I had to change a little bit and mature a little bit more because I used to be hella arrogant. And my brother would be like, oh yeah, the most cockiest guy in the room. Like this shit never works out for him. Damn. And I'd be like, yeah, well one day you're gonna apologize for saying that shit because this shit's gonna work. But I didn't even know what I was saying. I was just saying that out of my ass. Like I didn't even think, like I'm interning, like shooting videos and shit.
Right.
So I was like, damn, I really just said that. But it was like, it was part of me, you know. It's like I couldn't back down.
Right.
They didn't like it. I told my mom to fuck off. I told my brothers to fuck off. I told my brother's dad to fuck off. I told everybody his wife to fuck off. Everybody at the Christmas dinners, all that. And then now, like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, but I had to tap into that confidence, you know, when everyone's pinning up against you, you gotta like hold it down.
Same, bro. So how did you start interning for Hoodrich?
It was through DJ Lil Keem. Honestly, I wouldn't be here without DJ Lil Keem. So he had his booking number in his bio. And I texted him, and I thought I was texting him, which was, I think the booking numbers in person. So like I'm on some dumbhead shit. So I was like, yo, I knew I couldn't come at them with beats because everybody got beats. So I had to switch up the strategy. I was just like, yo, bro, I can do Power XL. I can do whatever you need me to do. Cameras. I didn't even know how to shoot a camera, but I just be like, I'll YouTube it if I get it. You know, if I get to it, I'll figure it out when I get there.
Right.
So they're like, yeah, his manager, Nate, he was like, yeah, like, let's do it. So we met up with him and Rip, who's like, I guess the founder of Hoodrich. Met at Lil Ozio's. My homie David drove me there. I didn't even know what I was doing, bro. Like half the time, I'm one of those people I don't think before I do shit.
Right.
I just go and do it. And
Right.
when I'm in the moment, I'm just like, I just play it off.
Right.
Like, yeah,
Right.
So it worked. And then
Right.
They told me, they're like, oh, we could have gave 1,000 people this opportunity, but we want to fuck with you. I was just like, bet. And then they didn't really fuck with me like that, but I'm one of those people you just give a little something to, and I just run that shit up. So that's how I did it with Hoodrich, and yeah.
Right. So during your time there, what did you learn and how did you grow musically?
That's what I think was the key with this shit. Bro, like I used to shoot videos for Young Dolph, Young Thug, edit videos for them, edit videos for Cash Out, go on the road with Cash Out, be in the trunk of the car, like with the camera, taking pictures of them on tour. My first interview I shot was with Waka. That was like the first gun I ever saw. And he just like told me like this. He was like, you ever seen a RoboCop, motherfucker? I was like, what the fuck? And then he put it down, and I was just like, damn, all right, bet, we doing this shit. And all my biggest, like, I don't know. I think my video catalog is crazier than my production catalog. So I learned how to treat people, and like how when people would go up, they try to act Hollywood and like let this shit get to their head. And so I learned kind of like the weird, like non-verbal game, I guess.
So would you recommend internships for other artists and producers?
Yeah. I mean, just do whatever feels right. Shit. You know, follow your gut. You know, if your gut tells you go over here, just go over there and figure it out. I mean, I think a lot of people put their time into music, like 10,000 hours into music, but they don't put their 10,000 hours into like the spiritual side of this shit and like God and who God is, and understand. Like to me personally, I was in the shower, I was thinking this shit. It was like a thump. I feel like God is so powerful that he had to create time and everything around us for us to even be able to grasp how powerful he is. And just to like, I don't know, just to understand how powerful he is. That immediately like, I guess, grounded me. So I just, you know, I've always put way more time into God, and, you know, still working music every day, but definitely, you know, that guidance helped me out a lot. Because even when I thought this was wrong, you know, that guidance is telling you, no, go here, treat this person right, do this right, do this like this. He's gonna be big, don't shit on him. Like, you know, obviously ego and everyone around you, they're gonna be like, nah, fuck that guy, like, he ain't shit, like, da-da-da-da. And then in my head, I'm just like, nah, something's telling me, like, fuck with everybody, show everybody love. And, you know, never underestimate people like that. Like, just never let this shit get to your head. But that only comes from, you know, that guidance, because I didn't have parents, I didn't have a mom and dad to teach me this shit. My brother, he works in the government, so it's like a whole nother like world.
Can't really give you advice.
Yeah, can't really tell you shit. So I had no other option but to team up with God. So that's what, like, you know, I always thank him for everything.
So it was just a situation where vision and faith are like your two strongest allies.
Yeah, like I don't really think music is my gift. I think understanding who God is my real gift. And I really just move based off that. And it's protected me from enemies. It's protected me from people plotting wrong on me. My discernment has grown stronger. You know, like my faith, my confidence comes from a different realm. I might be wrong though, I don't know anything.
So if you don't mind me asking, was your internship with Hoodrich paid or unpaid?
It was unpaid.
Would you recommend an unpaid internship to fellow artists or producers?
Yeah, you gotta be hungry for this shit. You can't come in like, oh, I got this going on. Like, how hungry are you for this shit? Like, are you willing to do whatever it takes to get in the door, or are you gonna have an ego about it? You gotta put your ego at the door. You gotta put your pride aside. Like, some people might, you know, they might have gotten royalty treatment from their family and uncles, whatever the fuck, whoever they were. And then all of a sudden they think they're too big to be someone's intern and I'm too good for that. Like, nah, bro, whatever it takes, you know?
So after your internship, do you remember getting your first placement, or what was your next move after that?
I never knew my next move. Even now, I don't know my next move, but I just plan, like, I'll just wake up one day and be like, this is what I'm gonna do. And this is how we're gonna get it done. So my first placement, it just happened. I don't plan none of my shit. Like the plan is to not plan anything and just work. And then whatever that leads us, you know, take the not smart, but like, that's where the guidance comes in. So it's like you do all this and then you click the puzzle with this and then you just keep.
Keep going up.
Yeah. Just keep.
What were your studio sessions like working on Hood with 1 and 2 with Pablo Juan?
They were cool. I was just, bro, like honestly, I used to be like a super shy, quiet guy. And I was just kind of taking it all in and shit and just I just got beats, like just playing beats and letting the artists do their thing. So it was just, it was just a lot of hard work and trying to play the best beats and trying to give shit that I think people would like. And just, it comes down to the artist, how he feels that day, what he went through that day, what he talked about that day. Like, it's like a roller coaster of emotion. You just gotta be focused and get the shit done.
What can you tell us about Pablo that people may not know about him?
Pablo's he's really smart. He really knows, like, he has a big heart. Like, he he does shit that I'd be like, bro, like, why did you do that? But he's just doing it out of love. And, you know, he's really loyal, like, to people that come across him, and he sees that they need his help. Even though they might not be the best people, he goes the extra mile for them. Which is like something me as a producer, you're like behind the scenes, you see everything because it's not really your world, you know, you're just here to serve. So it's like, you can kind of see the dynamic of who's this, who's that, what's he doing, how they see him. So it's like, that's probably something people don't know. Like, although in his music, you know, he's expressing his life, but he's a really like grounded person.
So can we expect the Hood with 3?
Probably after I drop my next album, yeah.
How did you meet I Love Makonnen, and how did you decide to work together?
I never met him, honestly. I met him once, like at the Trust Me Danny music video, but that's because I had to finesse the whole shit. Like, so this intern, I saw Makonnen Snapchat a song with my beat on it at the studio. So I hit up the intern and like, this isn't the right thing to do, but I was just doing
Sometimes
whatever.
you gotta make moves.
Yeah, sometimes I just gotta. So I was just, I hit the intern. I was like, yo, bro, I think Makonnen recorded on my beat. Can I hear the mix? So I make sure y'all don't fuck up the beat. And the intern was like, yeah. And he sends it to me. I grab the song. And then I hit up, I was with Hoodrich at the time, OG Hoodrich. I was editing videos at his house. So I was like, yo, bro, I got this Makonnen song. Can you shoot the song for it? He's like, yeah, I got you. I'm like, he's the biggest, you know, he just done Drake, Tuesday song. So that was his next song. So I told OG, like, what's going on? He's like, yeah, I'll pull up. And then Jose Durantes and Chris Newton, they were like managing a couple artists. And I had met a lot of people at their apartment. And Makonnen used to hang out with them too. So I knew that Makonnen was comfortable with them. So I was just like, yo, can I shoot the video at y'all's apartment? Like, yeah. And I told Makonnen, I was like, yo, let's shoot the Trust Me Danny music video at Jose's apartment. So Makonnen, you know, he's like, yeah, fuck it, why not? And then he gets there, we shoot the video, and that was the first time I ever met him. But other than that, he's just busy, bro. He's just on tour. It's just like a bunch of ignored texts. And just beats and shit. So, I don't know. He's just Makonnen. Been knowing about him.
Crazy. Now, my favorite production by you, Drink More Water 5 Freestyle.
Yeah, that was my first placement.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy. How did that come together?
So before Makonnen blew up, I was gonna shoot a video for all his songs, swerving or maneuvering, swerving. I was gonna shoot like I Don't Sell Molly No More. We were planning it. I was like, yo, bro, I'll shoot these videos for you. And then Drake remixed his shit, and then he just took off.
Right.
So since he knew I was fucking with him before that, I was just like, yo, bro, I also make beats. Can I send you beats? And he just replied back because he knew I was trying to help him out before. We were actually supposed to meet to shoot a video, but it never ended up happening. I think I didn't get a ride or some shit. And I texted him, I sent him those beats, and he just rapped on it, and it was lit.
Crazy. How did you create that? How long did it take you to make that beat?
Oh, like 5 minutes. I thought it was trash. I was always trying to make like weird experimental beats. So people always used to bash that shit like, nah, this ain't trash.
What?
But that was, now to this day, now I look back, I'm like, this shit is kind of hard.
Man.
But I didn't get no credit on that song either, so nobody knew. And I didn't have a tag. So.
Right. But people knew your sound, so I guess that's how I kind of knew, like, okay, that was Danny. Like, that was...
Yeah, I love that shit.
Whatever happened to the, you said what? I'm sorry.
Nah, I played that shit.
Yeah. Whatever happened to the Lil Yachty and I Love Makonnen collab album?
That's just some rapper shit, you know, like they just,
right.
I don't know. I mean, I was there at the sessions. I don't know. I think it was just some beef they had going on or some shit that they had going on. I don't know.
Do you ever think like some of the material see the light of day?
I dropped some songs from that session, but I don't think they had Makonnen on it. I think I just like used certain verses and certain shit. But this was this was a minute ago. That was a good question. Right. No one's ever really asked that. Yeah, that was. I don't think it'll see the light of day, honestly.
How did A$AP Ferg's Back Hurt come together with the Migos?
I like spammed him on Twitter, and I was like, "Yo, I'm Makonnen's producer," and then he like replied, and he sent me his email through DM. Now I just loaded him up, like constantly, and then that shit came about. It was crazy. I was homeless too when I made that song. I was sleeping in a closet, and then I tried to finesse the managers, but they weren't going for it. They put it on a Sony link with like a bunch of tags from the label. So me and my friends would just listen to the over-tagged version of it for like a year. And then, yeah, I mean, I made Water in that same closet when it went platinum. I made probably like my first couple plaques in a closet, my homie's closet.
I was gonna ask you about that. How did you link up with Ugly God?
Just through SoundCloud. I just thought it was dope. Like what I saw on his SoundCloud, it was weird, and I was weird. So I just thought, I don't know. I didn't really think shit was gonna go like, when I fuck with shit, I don't really think like, it's gonna go, we're out of here. Like, I just like it, and then we drop it, and then whatever happens, happens.
What was your reaction to the success when the record came?
You don't really know that it's successful till later. Like, when you first drop it, you just dropped it. And then you're just like, okay, what's next?
Right.
But then probably like a year goes by and you look back and you're like, damn, this song got a lot of plays. And then they're like, oh, it's certified. Like, when I found out it went platinum, someone texted me like, congrats on going platinum. I was like, what are you talking about? And it was like, some guy at a label had the plaque before we did. And we were just like, what the fuck?
Right. How did you link up with Lil Pump?
Through Smoke Perp. They called me. Lil Perp called me, and he was like, bro, I'm fucking with you, da da da. And then I just got my first apartment, and then I was just like, you know, I fuck with this shit. So I was like, yeah, bet. And then Pump called me, and we just chopped it up. He was like super young. I think he was like 15, 16 or whatever. So I was just like, bet. He's like, bro, fuck with me. It was crazy that I was asking a bunch of rappers, like, who's Lil Pump, and they were like, nah, send them like one beat. And I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? And then I sent them like 20. And we just made a bunch of beats, and like, you know, Pump's always been cool. Like, he's never let this shit get to his head. Like, even to this day, we're still replying back with beats. We're still making hella shit. You know, I've always been proud of him because he was always like the underdog. Because everyone just be like, nah, he sucks. He's not lyrical. Like all this weird shit. And then he ended up just going down. I think we got like 5 plaques this year together.
Dang. In 2019 alone? That's amazing.
Yep.
Who are some other artists you've been working with lately?
Oh, Lil Tecca, Sway Lee, Trippy. I know there's a lot. I don't want to get too into it because I don't want to forget anybody, but Juice Wrld. They've been leaking a lot of me and Juice Wrld's old music, which sucks, but Uzi. I'm working with a lot. Like, the next album's gonna be really crazy.
Right.
Yeah. We just signed a deal, so we're about to work on move once again.
We got more music coming with Makonnen or Pablo?
Yeah, I got more music with Pablo. I don't think Makonnen still fucks with me. I don't know.
What? Crazy. What else do you have coming up for the top of the new decade?
Well, what?
The new decade. With the new decade coming up, what else you got planned?
Oh, world domination. We're just gonna. I'm just excited because I didn't even think we'd take it this far. So I don't know. It's just we got a lot of stuff planned, but I don't really like to talk about myself that much. But it's really mostly stuff that's gonna help people out. Like, I'm gonna partner up with certain agencies that are gonna help kids like me with D.A.C.A, and we're gonna like help them do their petitions and help out families that have been separated, pay money for them. You know, with my new label situation, I'm gonna make sure that my people are okay, and you know, make sure that whoever was in my situation now, when I was in it back then, he's going through it, she or he's going through it, and getting the support that they need.
That's what's up.
Just helping them out.
Hey, laugh right. I'm the reason why your nigga laugh right. He laugh right. I told him you my bitch, he took a stab right.